Welcome, everyone, to Recovering Wholeness Together with Lynn and Andrea. And I am Andrea. My pronouns are she, her. I live in Philadelphia, which is the traditional land of the Lenape people. I am a licensed professional counselor in PA and New Jersey. I'm a certified professional recovery coach, Reiki Level 3 practitioner, an artist and a mom to two young men, I should say, who are both in college now. And yeah, I think that's a little bit about me. We're going to go ahead and turn it over to Lynn, and you can introduce yourself and share more about what we're going to do today.
Did you say what you're in recovery from? I don't know if I heard that.
I am in recovery from so many things, Lynn. Thank you for reminding me. I have been in recovery from alcohol since 2011. So this year it'll be 15 years in October. And I'm also in recovery from anxiety, disordered eating, loss, grief. I like to say an empty nest, although my babies are in the nest right now because it's summertime. Many other things too. Thank you, Lynn.
Perfect. And before I introduce myself, for anyone who has been watching our show, you may notice there's extra faces here today. We are going to explain that in a minute. I am Lynn. I am a wife, mother, and grandmother. I have two step grandchildren and a cute little 3-year-old grandson. Let's see, by my work, I'm a board certified behavior analyst and VP of clinical operations at an ABA company here in the San Francisco Bay Area, traditional territory of the Bay Miwok and Ohlone tribes. Um, and then I am a Reiki practitioner and teacher across a couple of different lineages, still learning and growing in that. I'm in recovery from alcohol use disorder, just celebrated 5 years of consecutive sobriety, and anxiety, trauma, grief, loss, the patriarchy, any of those and more. Um, and co-host of this wonderful podcast with my friend Andrea. This is going to be our last official Recovering Wholeness Together recording that we're doing. We are not breaking up. We're not going to stop seeing each other. We're not going to stop being best friends. Um, we just have a lot that's going on in our own lives, and we're kind of branching out into some local work that we're doing, which we'll each kind of share about. And so we invited we invited all of the people that we interviewed to join us, and then also some friends and supporters who have been with us along the way. So thank you all for being here with us on this journey. Thank you for your support and for participating today in the meditation. So, Andrea, do you want to share a little bit about what you're going to be doing next?
I would love to. Thank you, Lynn. Yes, I'm jotting things down so I don't forget anything. But I guess starting furthest out and coming back this way in October, I will be guest facilitating a retreat in Maine with She Recovers facilitator Peyton Kennedy. So I'm really excited about that. That's a retreat for women and non-binary folks. Not sure if there's any spots left. I know when we interviewed Dawn, the co-founder of She Recovers, she said there was one spot left. There's actually two retreats that are happening in Maine in that month. There's four different facilitators. So I'll be doing that for the first time, which is really exciting. I'm doing a retreat, a day-long retreat closer to home. So next week, actually, it's not too late to sign up if you're close to Philadelphia. It's actually in Reading, and some of you may know Karen Treatment Centers. They have a really great reputation in this area. They also have locations all up and down the East Coast and a lot of programs in Florida. where there's really a hub of recovery treatment centers. And I'm going to be doing a creative arts workshop for the folks that are attending that women's retreat. So it's open to anyone. You don't have to identify as a person in recovery to attend the retreat. And the guest speaker is one of the board members of She Recovers, Nikki Soda. So I'm excited to hear her speak. And I'll be leading just a couple different breakout groups based on what I do on Wednesdays, which is my free women and non-binary folks. It's a creative arts recovery support group. So you don't have to have any experience with art. You don't have to be an expert. You can be an absolute beginner picking up a pencil for the first time in a long time. And that's free, and that's a weekly 1 hour group. We also meet the first Sunday of the month. That's at 4 o'clock Eastern Time. And we have an online Facebook community, a private Facebook group where folks can share their work that they make in and out of session. You can also find us on Meetup if you're not, if you don't use Facebook or social media. Um, and then I'm also trying to take that creative practice. It's really mindfulness based and intuitive, and bring that into the community. So trying to create something locally that I can do with women in recovery. And so I have partnered with the Phoenix for, it's just been a couple sessions. I have a new coffee and creativity group, and I collaborate with another friend in recovery, and we host meetings where we can have women come out, women and non-binary folks come out, and they can bring their crochet or their knitting or their sketchbook, or just bring themselves. And so we kind of get to do what we're doing in the meetings in person. And I would also like to, at some point, add a Reiki piece to that as well. One thing that I do, it's a paid offering once a month, is a full moon circle. And so we do kind of like what we're going to do today. We do a Reiki inspired meditation, and then we do a creative practice. And so that's something that I'm also looking to do locally in the Philadelphia area. And yes, I think that's me. I don't think I forgot anything. Oh, and I'm also super excited to be taking Bronwyn's class. Reiki, it's like Reiki 3 plus. So for folks that have experience with Reiki 3, so I can go beyond and be able to offer even more in terms of Reiki, both for myself as a recovery tool and sharing that with women, especially in recovery.
And you don't need to consider yourself to be in recovery from substances to join any of your groups.
Correct. Yes, we have people that identify as being in recovery from all different kinds of things. So some people are in recovery from grief and loss, and some people are in recovery from complex trauma or medical conditions. You do need to identify as a woman or a non-binary person, because I'm trying to create spaces specifically for women and people that identify with women's communities. But yes, if you're just curious about what recovery means, then you can absolutely join. You don't have to share. You can just observe and listen and see if it feels like it resonates for you. And it's a really supportive community, Lynn, you know, because you have been there from the beginning. And when you're not working, you're always able to come and share your work with us too.
Am I ever not working?
Lately, it's been mostly
I
working. I
can't,
haven't seen you on Wednesday nights in a while.
I can't even get to Bronwyn stuff. So speaking of Bronwyn, who is here in our meeting today, yeah, Andrea and I decided to join together. It's called Shinpiden Plus, and it's for people who are already like Reiki practitioners and have, some training behind them, to go deeper into the Japanese system of Reiki. I am not going to probably explain it all correctly because we're just starting out on that path, but For me personally, making this decision came from having training in a lot of different lineages with different teachers and reading a lot of books and finding that I just felt like I was missing like the foundation, and I wanted to go deeper and really understand like the Buddhist and Shinto background of Reiki and get somebody who was, a teacher for decades, to learn from. And so I'm really excited that Andrea and I are going to do this together. We're taking module by module, and we'll be meeting with Bronwyn for mentorship. So that's one thing that we're going to be moving on to do. I'm excited about. Um, Andrea and I will be continuing to offer, we'll have, online offerings. It will be quarterly Reiki and recovery. We're going to kind of get back to the roots that we started with when we started this endeavor, this project. We were just a couple of Reiki girls that felt like Reiki was the biggest and most important tool in our recovery path. That we always know that we can turn to anywhere, anytime. We carry it with us as you all do, as we all do. It's there for us when we need to reset and realign with the divine. And so, anytime that I am feeling anxious or overwhelmed, I can just go lie on my bed and do some self Reiki. And it's amazing how 10 minutes later, I feel like a completely different person. And so, we're going to, develop some curriculum to have some, paid but not expensive offerings for people that are in recovery but want to really get into Reiki and use that as a tool and really kind of talk about Reiki and recovery as hand in hand, um, something that's a tool that you want to use. So that will be offered. And I don't know if we've talked about this, but I'm going to say we're not going to limit that to just women. I mean, I feel like Reiki and recovery should be for everyone. So, that's something that we didn't actually talk about. So I'm not speaking for Andrea, but I think that that sounds right. For me, I also have been, like I said, working a lot this past year. In fact, we just celebrated our 1 year anniversary of the startup ABA, which is Applied Behavior Analysis Company. I work with children and adults with moderate to severe autism. I am, the vice president of clinical operations, which basically means I kind of oversee a staff of 70 and about 130 kiddos in the East Bay area. And and I have felt like, as I get older, like what's next for me? And I really, really love Reiki, but I haven't been able to, I'm not ready just fully to step into like that's all I'm going to do, or, I can't replace my income that way right now. And what could I do that kind of brings my passion for helping families that have intellectual and developmental disabilities and um, also the whole Reiki community. How can I bring them together? So I've been praying about it, asking God, the universe, and everybody, like, what can I do? And I met this wonderful woman who does sound healing, sound baths from Nepal, and she's also a Reiki practitioner. And she connected me to this local shop owner who has a salt. It's called like the Crystal Salt Cave. Lisa, who owns this place where she does Reiki. And I reached out and I talked to her and I said, "Can I start offering Reiki training for caregivers of high needs individuals?" High needs could be anyone with, from autism to Alzheimer's. It's not autism specific, but because Reiki has been such a great tool in my life, and helped me so much with dealing with all of the things, I want to share that with people that, their lives are so impacted by caring for somebody with, a significant disability that they really have no time for themselves. And I wanted to share this tool and this practice with them. So she has offered me space, and I can rent the space, and it's very, very affordable. I've put online a flyer for my first sound bath Reiki presentation that we're going to do on June 20th. And I think I've had like 6 people sign up already, which is great. Like, I'm happy if two come, right? You have to start somewhere. So, just trying to get the word out now that that's something that I'm going to be doing and trying to offer on a monthly basis. And then, just work and family and see where it goes. But we Andrea and I created a group email, a team email, Recovering Wholeness Together at gmail.com. That will be dropped into the YouTube description, like in this video, so that if you want to reach both of us and sign up for any of our offerings, you can send us an email and we will both get it and we will put you on our newsletter for future offerings. Okay, I think that's all the notes I had. I don't know. Did I miss anything, Andrea?
No, I just want to brag a little bit about Lynn because I'm so grateful for this experience that we've had together. When I looked back, I couldn't believe that it had so much time had passed that we've been doing this because I feel like in a way I've known you forever and also we just met, right? And because, Lynn is on the West Coast and I'm on the East Coast, and it's amazing the connections that you can make when it's based around healing and things that are really meaningful. And I was hosting my group on Wednesday, and I thought of you, Lynn, because the topic was archetypes. And people were, through writing and visual arts, exploring different archetypes. And you are absolutely the definition of a seeker and a healer. And because of your ability to connect so well, with reaching out to people and bringing people together, that is why this project that we've done has been so successful, I think. And so I'm just so excited to see what you do next in your community because you just have a very special gift for connecting people and making people feel special. So thank you.
Thank you. That was really, really nice of you. It's been really, really fun. We've talked to just like incredible people that I never would have met, like Tanya, right? Um, Certainly Bronwyn, and just, there's been a lot of people also that Andrea would have never met unless I, grabbed them, like Sean up in Canada, who's, a Christian animist and, talked about all kinds of stuff. Like, we just had a lot of really great people from a lot of just different traditions and stuff. So it was really neat. And I think we're just ready to kind of move on and do different things that are going to be fun too and keep growing and learning together. The first time I met you, Andrea, I just knew like you were somebody I wanted to hang out with. So it's it's been really positive and I'm so lucky. And I also want to thank Nancy, your mom, who has been here with us and cheering us on the whole time because Nancy, you're just such a wonderful Reiki mom to have. So thank you for all your support too. Um, yeah. Are we ready to maybe do a meditation? Do you want to just say a few words and then I'll drop into the script that I have. Go ahead and you can kind of open the circle here.
Yes. So I have a short reading. Um, and I would invite everyone to get comfortable. Like Lynn said, you can leave your camera on or turn your camera off. Feel free to lay down, do whatever feels comfortable for you. This is a poem that I found called Whole, and the author is Brianna Pastor, and her new poetry book is called Bellyache. And it goes like this. Leave me in silence to find the answers I have been begging all my life for, to reach deep within my aching body and teach myself how to mend, how to breathe again, how to wring out the pain I've absorbed and return back to myself in full. And back to you, Lynn.
Beautiful. Thank you for finding that. It's perfect. Okay, so find a comfortable position, seated or lying down, however your body feels most at ease right now. Allow your hands to rest softly in your lap or open at your sides, and gently close your eyes. Take a slow breath in through your nose and let it go through your mouth. Again, breathing in and releasing. One more time, a long, slow breath in, filling your chest, your belly, deep down to the hara region below your belly button, and the full complex exhale, letting go of whatever you carried in with you today. You do not have to be anywhere else right now. You do not have to fix anything, manage anything, or take care of anyone. For the next few minutes, the only thing being asked of you is to be here, just being. Notice the surface beneath you, the chair, the floor, the ground holding you completely. You do not have to hold yourself up. You are already supported. Bring your attention gently to the crown of your head. Imagine a soft, warm light resting there. It might look golden or pink or lavender, and it feels gentle and unhurried. This healing energy has always been available to you, and it's here now. With each breath, allow that light to move slowly downward into your forehead, behind your eyes, releasing tension you may not have known you are holding. Down into your jaw, your throat, your neck and shoulders. So many of us carry the weight of our lives right here in our shoulders and in our throat. If there is tightness here, you don't need to force it away. Simply notice it, breathe into it. Let the warmth of the light soften whatever is ready to soften. Allow the light to move into your chest now and into your heart. For many of us, this is a tender place, a place that has loved deeply, a place that has been hurt, a place that has kept going anyway. Place one hand over your heart if that feels right. Feel the warmth of your own hand. Feel your heartbeat beneath it. Steady, faithful, still here. You have survived everything that has ever tried to stop you. Every hard day, every moment of doubt, every time you thought you could not go on and you did. Your heart kept beating, and it's beating for you right now. Just breathe. Allow the light to continue moving downward into your stomach, into your belly. This is your center, the place where intuition lives, where courage lives, where your deepest knowing lives. If there is anxiety here, or grief, or something you've been carrying for a long time, you don't have to name it. You do not have to understand it today. Simply allow the warmth to sit with it, the way a good friend sits with you without needing to fix you. Let the light move down through your hips, your legs, all the way down to the soles of your feet, grounding you and rooting you. You are here. You are present. You are real. Now imagine that light expanding gently outward, surrounding your whole body in a soft, luminous warmth, a field of peace that belongs to you, that no one can take from you. In this space, there is no past to regret and no future to fear. There is only this breath, this moment, this body that has carried you through so much. Expand the light to those you hold most dear, encircling them in perfect, peaceful presence. And then expand further to your local community, to the trees, rivers, oceans, animals that live near your local environment. Sending love and light to those you hold dear and to the others in near and far places and spaces. Feel the interconnectedness of your breath with the breath of all that breathes. As you hold this peace and light, consider a few words of affirmation. You are worthy and allowed to heal. You are allowed to rest. You are allowed to take up space in your own life. You are not behind. Your timing is in perfect balance. You are not broken. You are being and becoming. Begin to deepen your breath now. A slow inhale and a full exhale. Gently begin to notice the room around you, the sounds, the air on your skin. When you feel ready, softly flutter your eyes open. There is no rush. Take a moment before you move. Honor what just happened in this quiet space. The simple, radical act of turning toward yourself with kindness. As we come back, I'm going to read a little bit from this book called 125 Waka. Something that Bronwyn turned me on to is Waka poetry from Japan. um, Mikao Usui is the founder of modern traditional Japanese Reiki, and he chose 125 of these poems by the Meiji Emperor, which were given to his students along with a treatment guide for common ailments. They were meant to stimulate the students, helping them to let go of worldly thoughts and focus on the essential instead. During the Reiju or initiation process, one of those poems was read out loud. Silence and poetry are perhaps two of the most effective ways to impart truth to an audience blessed with an open heart. With this in mind, the idea to make poems widely available took shape. So I marked a couple, and they're just very short. They're like haiku, only maybe a couple of beats more. The first one is Friends, which I want to dedicate to Andrea. The most useful strength of this world is close friendship to support each other with. Very simple. And then the last one that I will share is called The Mirror. I should polish myself more and more to use the other's clear and shining heart as a mirror.
Beautiful. Thank you, Lynn. Mm.
And with that, I think we'll stop the recording so that we can have a chat with our friends. And thanks, Andrea. This was really fun.
Thank you, Lynn. This has been amazing. Thanks, everyone, for being here.